Right, look what I've got. Complete set of 24 of those Diamond Dust Glitter UV resins from Temu. And there we are. So, there are lots of lovely colours. I'll pop up on screen what they show as their colour guide. And we're going to have a look. Just seem to have lost some under my table here. Now, let's see if these are any good. So, for anybody who hasn't seen it before, this is my little ultraviolet lamp that clips on the edge of my levelling table. And I tend to use this for small stuff because it's really handy, because I can just bend it in and out of the way like so, which is really good. So we're going to be using that, and then we've got a big ultraviolet lamp to use afterwards. I'm working on my little levelling table. It's beautiful, and it is from Resin. There we go, that's it. It's my favourite levelling table. I've ended up chucking several away because they just cease to work and level, which is really annoying. Now, I'll put your links for everything below, but as I said, the glitter UV rather, these were all from Temu. I can't remember where I got these moulds from. Got a feeling that might have been Temu as well. I don't know, but I will check, and I'll put you the link down below for that as well. And anywhere I've got any discount codes for you, I'll include that. So the levelling table, my big ultraviolet light that we'll use later, and this little chappy, I'm pretty sure I just got him from Amazon. I'll find you the link for that as well. So all you need to do is have a look down in the description below, and you'll see all of the links for everything I'm using. Plus, if I've got any discount codes anywhere, I'll drop the link in for those too. Now, I thought I'd use these moulds simply, well, two reasons. One, I haven't used them yet. And two, they've got lots of little compartments, look. So I thought they'd be good for testing, you know, a lot of things all at once. First of all, let's have a look at the little bottles. Do we need to take anything off in here? I can't remember when I opened my previous ones. And yes, we do. But of course, there's no reason why we shouldn't just use the nozzle. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty. The nozzle of the bottle. Now, do we need to cut the end off the bottle? Now, I'm not going to go through all of these slowly on camera. I'm just going to speed it all up for you. So once we've tried the first one, we'll take it from there. But I tell you what, let's just pick one of these, shall we? Let's do this one, because I think that will be enough to see our colours. Right, so we don't need to pierce the end of the bottle, that's already done. That's good. And we'll put it in, and I am going to just quickly cure this off with my little UV lamp. Now, of course, if you've got one of those double-sided UV lamps from Resin, with the clear perspex sheet in between, that would be ideal. Now, mine is busy doing something else at the moment, so I'm just going to use normal ones. And also, I'm mindful that not everybody's got one of those lamps, so we're just going to be using the normal one. Now, that hasn't self-leveled particularly, so I'm going to do that a bit. Oh, that's levelled enough. Right. Let's go. Let's bring my little lamp in, and we'll cure that, and we'll have a closer look at it. Now, this surprised me when I first used this stuff, because there's that much glitter in there. I thought that's never going to cure. You know, the glitter will block the actual light going through it, the UV light, I thought. And it didn't. It cured fine. So I was kind of a bit startled by this. I mean, obviously, like with any UV resin, it's not intended for big, deep pores or anything, because that's just not what you would use UV resin for. But for small jewellery pieces and for things like this, I think they're lovely. So let's give a close-up look of the bottle. It's just called Diamond Dust Glitter. Can't actually read the brand and everything, but yeah. And it came in a nice little box with. Has it got instructions on it? Let's have a look. Yep. Tells you what colours you've got and how to use it. Safe to use. Environmentally friendly materials. Non-toxic, no harsh chemicals, no strong odour before curing. It would and it will disappear after curing. So there's no stronger odour, but it will disappear anyway. So has it got an odour or not? Well, I haven't got a respirator on because this stuff's safe and I can't smell anything, so that's good. Pigments we use widely on resin jewellery, craft creations, jewellery making, but not for large projects. Well, tiny little bottles anyway, so you wouldn't, would you? Yeah. Let's give this a quick blast from the back. What I'm going to do is actually pick this one out and we'll see how hard it's cured. Just from this quick whiz with the with my little lamp. Well, I reckon we'll be able to pick that. Yes. Oh crikey, look at that. That has cured pretty. I mean, you could probably snap it. Yeah. So you're not going to want to make things that way. But I'm just impressed with how quick it's cured. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to fill them all up, and then we'll put the big lamp over the whole lot, and then I'll chuck some I don't know, watercolour or something on the back, just to finish it off. And we'll end up with a thing with all of the colours in, and we can have a look and see what they're like. So I'm going to speed it up from here on in. Enjoy. If you want to watch, I'll put some nice music on for you, and then at the end we will have a we'll have a verdict on the whole lot. My luck with the thickness here, I really am, in terms of will it actually cure properly still. But to me this is the one that pushes the boundaries the most, and that is black, because I'm sort of still concerned about the UV light going through it. Now I know at thinner levels, you know, like jewellery pieces that I've fiddled with it before on, it does absolutely work, but will it with this here? Let's fill this one right up, because this is going to be a huge tester, isn't it? Because look at the depth of that. So this is really, really pushing my luck, I would say. Now when it does come to the final cure of this, I'm going to leave the whole thing under my lamp for the lamp I use. It's got, the big lamp has got 5-minute setting on it. I'm going to do a full 5-minute cure on this. Then I'm going to do a full 5-minute cure on the other side. So it's going to have a good 10 minutes from both sides. And then I'm going to put the lamp back over it and walk off and leave it again for another 5 minutes. And then probably to back the whole thing, should we see if we could do the whole thing in ultraviolet? I've got some just clear UV. We could try. I wouldn't want to use it as a coaster without top coating it though, if doing the whole thing with UV, because obviously you've got the heat to consider, haven't you? I'm going to run out of little compartments, aren't I, at this rate? Only have I got left 3 after this one. Aren't they beautiful colours? So I have to say, so far, huge thumbs up for these. I mean, I knew they were nice, and that they basically work, and that's why I bought this big set. This isn't one of the things I get sent free, by the way, people. I did pay for these. I'll put up on screen some screenshots from the advert for them on Temu, and as you'll see, this whole lot was £22. So that's less than £1 a bottle. And it is quite a colour selection, as you can see. So I think this was, you know, I'm very happy that I spent money on this. I will be intrigued, however, to see that's quite a dark one as well. See how well this cures at this sort of depth. Really am testing this, aren't I? Now, the other thing is, it's got a really fine nozzle, which means you're doing detail is surprisingly easy. I might try this in some of my moulds from Beck Makes, in fact, because I think this could be quite fun to play with in those moulds, because they're lovely little detailed things. And yeah, so that's good. The only thing is it's quite thick, so you do have to squeeze it quite hard, which makes my hand shake doing that. I've just got enough little compartments, yay, because there's a little one down the bottom. The other thing is, I said about it not self-levelling, it does if you leave it long enough, but if you cured it fairly quickly, you'd be able to get like a 3D relief effect with it. And I think that's a useful thing to know. So just one more colour to go, and we'll get the lamp over it and see what happens, eh? I hope it does cure at this thickness, because that does open up an awful lot of opportunities, I think. What I'm going to do is let it settle and self-level a little bit more before I put the lamp on though. Because these ones where I've got around the edges, I've actually gone up the silicone a little bit. So I'll let it sort itself out a little bit before I go ahead and cure it. Thankfully we've got no sunlight coming in through my craft room window at the moment, otherwise this would have gone and cured itself without me having much say in the matter. I had earlier, I had to leave it till a bit later in the day to come and do this. Just want to say thank you again to Diane at Wendy Govan Studio for drawing my attention to this stuff. It is pretty awesome from what I'm seeing. And yeah, if you want to check out her channel, I'll put you the link down below. Just as a thank you to Diane for drawing this stuff to my attention. She makes some lovely things over on that channel. Well worth the support and a look. So, right, like I said, I'm going to let this kind of self-level. It's going anyway. There we are. I'll get my big lamp ready then, because this looks like it's working. And like I said, I'm going to give it a full 5-minute blast nice big lamp that will cover the whole thing. As you can see, it's the Let's Resin one. Rather than use my little gooseneck one, because I'm going to do the whole lot in one go, and if I press that 3 times it'll do 5 minutes. So you don't need to watch this bit. Sitting and looking at this for 5 minutes might not be the most exciting thing you've done today. I'll see you back here. 15 minutes for me, a few seconds for you. See you later. Okay, I'm just giving it its last blast under the UV lamp, and I've decided I'm going to back it with proper resin rather than UV, or what I think of as proper resin, epoxy resin, because I would like it to be heat proof. So what we're going to do is back it with this nice gold colour. This is one of the mica powder pigments from Let's Resin. I think, was it Let's Resin? Oh no, it's an Estoyo one, I think. Yes, this is an Estoyo one. I've got a discount code for Estoyo as well as Let's Resin, folks, so do have a look down in the description below if you want any of this stuff. You might as well grab yourself a discount. So the resin I'm using is Apex One Coat. It's a 2-hour cure, well, 2 hour to demould, leave it a bit longer to cure fully and harden up. But yeah, you can demould it in a couple of hours, and it's got quite a high heat resistance, so it's good for coasters and things. What I tend to do is leave it 24 hours to go, you know, to make sure, absolutely, before I go putting really hot cups of tea on it. It's a very high viscosity look, because it is such a quick cure one. So let's get this lamp out of the way and have a look at what we've got. So I've done the other side, I've done both sides now, I've given it all a really good zap. Don't know why I decided to go for gold. Just thought it might set it off nicely, because of course where there's none of the glitter stuff, it's going to just show through whatever colour I put on the back. Might need to top coat it afterwards to get that heat resistance up if I do want to use it as a coaster, of course. But yeah, I thought we'd see how we go with this. As you can see, the bubbles are already popping in this. It does degas really well for such a thick resin. It's fairly tracy proof. There we are. Oh, judged that just right, didn't I? Right then, I'm going to have a clean up and we will see what this looks like when it comes to demould time. And then, yeah, I probably will coat the other side just to get that heat resistance in. But the main thing is we need to see how well these actual UV curing glitter stuff resin things actually perform. So I will see you later and we'll come up with some verdicts. Demould time. It's been a couple of hours. Our resin's cured, and let's see what we've got. I did end up with a little bit of trimming to do. Oh, that's come off. Yeah, I might have to sand that edge after all. Right. Let's see what we've got. Oh, look at that. And yes, it's cured. Now, I am going to top coat it. Now, I might regret this. I don't know. It's going to be difficult because, of course, it's all layered. Oh, I don't know. Do I top coat it or not? I've got the resin ready. I just want to see if it makes the colours pop, to be honest. But I think it'll basically just fill in the gaps, won't it? Okay. I'm in now, so I can't really change my mind, can I? Because this ain't going to come off. Thumbs up for the mould, by the way. I will put you the link for the mould. If I can find where I got it from. I've had them a little while and haven't used them. Question is this going to top coat properly with the being this shape? Who knows? Or will I lose it over the sides? But yeah, I kind of need to do this if I want it to be heat resistant. I'm going to lose that texture, aren't I? And some of the top of the raised bits aren't going to be very much under the resin, are they? So this probably, I don't know, maybe this wasn't the best choice of mould to use. It's been good for demonstrating all the different colours, of course. That's certainly been a thing. As regards whether it's this bit's gonna work, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna finish doing this. I'm using that 2-hour cure resin again, so I will take some photos as soon as this is cured off in a couple of hours time, and we'll stick them at the end of the video so you can have a look and see what you think. What I will do though, before I just post up the photos and say, well, that's it, that's the end, you know, we'll have a quick look and we'll see whether this my attempt at top coating this rather weird textured surface has actually worked, or whether it was an epic fail, because I think that's a useful thing to know as well, isn't it? Especially if we're looking at how successful these colours are. I think we've got a verdict on the colours, on the glitter. They're great. And terrific value as well. I mean, you can buy the individual colours, that's what I did before. But when you look at buying the whole set, I think that's where you really get good value, particularly. Oh, superb. So yeah, we'll have a look when this is cured and see how much that's made the colours pop, and whether this attempt at doming, well not doming, but you know, top coating was worth doing or not, and did it really work. So I will see you again in a couple of hours. We'll take some photos and we'll have a sort of final closing verdict. I think if you wanted just the verdict on the glitter itself, the glitter UV resin, I've got my verdict on that and it's a yes. Now the final question really is, can we use it for things like coasters that are going to have this sort of texture? And it does very much depend how successful this top coat is. And what I'll do, as soon as it's cured, as I said, we'll take some photos, we'll have a final look at it, and also I'm going to put a cup of hot tea on it so that we can try. Right, I shall see you in another couple of hours. Well, here we go, we're 2 days on, and I've had a hot cup of tea on this. No ill effects. There's a bit where I obviously fouled up there because there's a lump. Don't know what I did there. But the top coating, it worked. I did have a little bit of a run off at one point, and it's messed up the back slightly, but you know, I could coat that if I wanted. But let's have a close look at these glitter UVs. What can I say? They are absolutely lovely. And whether you decide to top coat over the top or not like I did, I don't think it matters too much. Now, I think you would need to though if you were going to put your hot cup of tea on it, I will say that. But if it's purely for decorative or for jewellery, then you don't have to. That was just me putting a finishing touch for the sake of a hot cup of tea. Well, there you go. I think we have a verdict. Yes, they're awesome. Yes, you can top coat them. And yes, you can then put a cup of tea on it. I hope this was helpful, everyone, and that you've enjoyed this video. I can happily recommend these UV glitters to you. I'm not on commission or anything, because you know, I've just bought these and I've seen a lot of people using them. I think quite a few of you have already got them, but for anybody who hasn't, what fun stuff. And I think it's something that you could do with your kids as a little school holiday project or something like that. You can easily make jewellery or little badges and brooches, things like that, with this sort of material. So there you go. Thought I'd share all that with you. If you like the video, then folks, if you'd give me the usual thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I've got plenty of these little experiments on some bigger projects coming up for you soon. So hit that notify button so that you don't miss anything. See you again. Bye.